All right, everyone, welcome. If I have not met you yet, my name is Trisha Costa. I have been in the network marketing industry for too long, for about 28 years. And when I tell you that the opportunity I'm about to share with you is hands down the best thing this industry has ever seen, is actually an understatement. It's not hype, it's not exaggeration, and you're going to see why. And in my opinion, the number one reason is the fact that for the first time, we have the perfect mix between a traditional company and a direct sales company. If you want to run this business 100% as a traditional business, you can. And if you want to run it as network marketing, you can. And if you want to do half and half, you can. We've never had this opportunity before. So, again, hands down, the best thing you've ever seen. Pay close attention because the technology that we're going to talk about is also the future of network marketing. When my husband told me to retire from real estate, when he was always about real estate and telling me to not get involved in direct sales, when he said to me, this is the future of health and wellness. Frequency healing is the future. And you have the biohack of the century. And my husband is not a holistic kind of practitioner. He's a real medical doctor. So he's not into this kind of stuff. And to see him so passionate about it, that's when I really understood the magnitude of this company and of this product. So, we're going to talk about pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, and that's one of the technologies that we have in our devices here in OlyLife. So, what is PEMF? It's non-invasive technology using low frequency electromagnetic waves that mimics the Earth's natural frequencies and it penetrates the body at a cellular level. So when I tell you that is scientifically proven to decrease inflammation, detox the body, regenerates the cells in your body, increases blood circulation, increases bone density. If you go on Google and you say, what are the health benefits of PEMF? You're going to be blown away. I asked so many questions. One day I had to ask, why is it that PEMF is good for everything? And it said it's because once you have no inflammation and healthy cells, you have a healthy body. The body heals itself. So the technology is not healing anything. The body is healing itself because you're giving the body what it needs. And your body is electric at its core, so the cells need energy to repair and function, and PMF helps you to restore to optimal cellular performance. And what makes our devices so special is the fact that we also have terahertz behind these devices. So it's not just PEMF, because I've seen PEMF mats for $5,500, $6,000. I saw a chair the other day that was $7,000, but they don't have a mix of technologies that we do with terahertz because that allows it to go much deeper into the body. And that's why we see results after a 20-minute session. Like my husband, the reason why he's so passionate is he had chronic pain on the ball of his right foot. And after one 20-minute session, he got up and he looked at me and he said, Trisha, the pain is gone. And that's because of the terahertz. That allows the PMF to work so much better. Geomagnetism, there's actually a book that just came out called The Fifth Element, where this guy explains that this right here, the grounding, is not only the future, but it's needed just like the air that we breathe, just like the food that we eat and what the water that we drink. It's a great book. I actually was just reading all about it the other day. And so here we have the solution to every health problem that anybody could possibly have, because everything has inflammation. Everything is related to inflammation at the end of the day. And this will boost ATP and circulation and support your cellular repair. So when you have this here, you truly don't need much more. And this company here, OlyLife, is the one bringing the only device in the world that has several different technologies, not just the PEMF and the terahertz, but we also have EMS, which is the electrical muscle stimulation. We have RF, radio frequency. We have red light therapy in our devices. So all these combined, we are the only company, and we are also the only company that gets tested by a third-party lab called Intertech. And it's one of the top three labs in the world that does testing for safety, quality, and effectiveness. It's all German and Swiss technology behind these devices. And we are the only ones, guys. So, guys, this creates like a huge opportunity as well. So, this is our flagship product. We have 7 different products, but I'm not going to go into every single one of them because we would be here for hours talking about each product. So, this is our flagship product. This is the product that I believe everyone needs to have inside of their house. It's one device, the whole family gets to use it. And if you're thinking, if you are coming from a direct sales company to look at this and you're thinking, wow, $1,500 is a lot of money, then my question to you is, what is your auto ship? How much do you pay monthly for an auto ship? Is it $100? Is your husband also taking the products that you're taking? So then is that $200? So in a year, how much money are you spending when you pay for taxes and shipping every single month? Because in this company, you buy one device and you qualify to get paid for life. So if you bought just this one device and you're here 5 years down the road, you still only spent $1,500. So you basically paid $300 per year. If you are in a traditional direct sales company, most likely in 5 years, you have already spent $6,000, $7,000, if not more. So this is the least expensive company you're ever going to see. And this is the device where you sit down and you put your feet on it because a lot of people ask me if they can stand on it. No, if you stand on it, you're going to break it. So you sit down, you relax, just take some deep breaths, drink some water, and you have 2 handheld attachments. The one that looks like the claw, it's the Revitalex. You can use that anywhere in your body for inflammation and pain. If you guys are not muted, if you can check and click your mute button, that would be awesome because I have ADHD and I get distracted very easily. And I forget what I'm going to say. So the claw, it's the Revitalex. And not only that can be used, on your neck and shoulders for tension. I know I hold all my tension here. So I use the claw every single night, but it's also an incredible body sculpting treatment. So I also use it from the knee all the way up to my waist. It's great to get rid of cellulite, localized fat, to tighten the skin. So amazing. And then the smaller one that you're seeing here is for the face. So it's an anti-aging attachment and it has radio frequency, electric muscle stimulation, and it comes with 2 tubes of gel. And when you use the gel, one is for the body, one is for the face, you feel it 10 times more. And this is unbelievable because last year I bought 10 sessions of RF of radio frequency by my house here at a spa, and I paid $1,500 for those 10 sessions. Now I do 10 sessions in 5 days, and that's why the results are so much better. Same thing with body sculpting because you're doing it daily instead of just once a week for 10 weeks. This is actually my husband here on level 15, which is super high. I can only go to 7. To show you, I bought this connectivity pen on Amazon to show people how you have the energy going through your entire body. This is the best thing you can do for your health is frequency healing. I'm telling you, if you guys are not on frequency healing, it's a must. Look at the inflammation. This is Mark. Just 3 days, he was limping. He couldn't get upstairs. 3 days, the swelling is gone. Swelling is gone. The pain is gone in 3 days.
From the beginning, oh my gosh, I was in Mexico and I met this wonderful lady that you will get to know, Miss Trisha. But
Guys, this is Danny. I'm going to tell his story very quickly. And if you want this video, I can send it to you. Danny was wearing braces. He had already gone to every doctor in the country. He is from Idaho. He was here in Arizona to go to the Mayo Clinic. They couldn't even tell him why he had such bad neuropathy that he had to wear braces to walk around. And even then, he was completely wobbly. I met him and I said, I want you to try this. And during the video, he says, I thought it was a con job because there's no way that this girl that I met in Mexico with her husband has a machine that is going to, get rid of my neuropathy. And literally 3 days into it, 3 days and 4 sessions later, it was Tuesday, Wednesday, 2 sessions, Thursday, 1 session. He walked out of my house without the braces. He could feel if he was on tile or carpet, he could feel pain and cold. and heat, and he was not able to for many, many years. So that's what we're talking about here. This is not another lotion and potion, with testimonials that you're like, I think that's a placebo effect. No, this is very impactful. And here's Dr. Colette. As you guys can see, that's that face, the handheld attachment for the face, just 2 months. And the difference is just unbelievable. It's like she's 15, 20 years younger. So now let's talk about the opportunity, because when you have something that works the way that this does and creates miracles in people's lives, like my mom, it truly a miracle. She had knees that were swollen like balloons for 10 years. After 10 sessions, her knees went back to normal. The lower back pain was gone. The pain on her hands from osteoarthritis, gone. When you have something that works like this, and it's not in 5 months and 6 months, it's 20 minutes later, people feel something. It's either, hey, the pain is gone, or I felt something. I felt heat going through my body. I know this is working. You have an opportunity that's truly unprecedented, and that's what we have here, because the company is 3 years old now. It's actually 3.5 years old, but it's brand new in the US and Canada. So they did over $1 billion in sales last year in Asia alone in their third year in business. Guys, that's like, what? Are you serious? 1 billion? Do you know how many companies have told me they were going to be a $1 billion company, and they never even made it to 100 million? That's like 99% of them. So we're not telling you that we're going to do anything here. We have already done it. We have already created almost 600 millionaires. Go look it up. Herbalife has been in business for 45 years. They have 13 millionaires. We have 600 in 3.5 years. It's insane what we're doing here. And you don't have to have all the arrows on your back, because you know how people love to exaggerate and hype up a pre-launch or a launch. And for whatever reason, people love that FOMO idea of like, oh, it's pre-launching, it's launching. I have to get in now. I'm going to miss out on the opportunity. Listen, if you have to get in today, or you missed the opportunity, then the opportunity is not very solid, because a good opportunity is always going to be a good opportunity. Of course, the sooner you get involved, the better it is, because nobody has heard of the opportunity yet. It's really hard to promote old companies. If I'm here talking to you about Avon, everybody would be hanging up already. You'd be like, okay, are you kidding me? I have heard of this for like 50 years. So, of course, when it's new and fresh, it's easier to promote. There is no doubt. It's unique. And I learned something with a mentor that I had back in 2012. He said, Trisha, if you ever, it's really difficult to find, but if you ever find a company that you can demonstrate, people can feel something immediately. Not, oh, you're 50, so it's going to be a month for every decade you've been alive. No, no, no. Something you demonstrate, they feel something immediately, and it doesn't require a lifestyle change. He said, you have a home run. And that's what we have here. I have never seen a home run, and I've been around since 1998. This is the first one. And now let's talk really quick about residual income, because a question that comes up on every conversation is, okay, Trisha, this is all wonderful, but how do I make residual income when you just said that you don't have monthly fees, subscriptions, annual fees, auto ships? How do I make residual income? And it's a very big misconception to believe that auto ships create residual income. Because if you look up the statistics, you're going to see that auto ships right now, they get canceled in 90 days to 6 months, and that's 85 to 90% of people. So if you bring in 10 people into a team that has auto ship, only one will be left in 90 days to 6 months later. Can you imagine? That's exhausting to constantly be recruiting people, and then 90 days to 6 months later, they are gone, and there's one left out of 10. So there's no residual income in that. They made us believe that that's the way to get residual income, but that is not true. Residual income, Apple has residual income. They did $500 billion last year in residual income. They don't have auto ships. They don't have monthly fees, annual fees. What they have is a technology company that people have fallen in love with, and they bought one product, and then they fell in love with that, and they bought the next product, and they bought the next product. And then every year we're like waiting in line in September to get the new iPhone. That's what we are doing here. We are a technology company, a technology brand that people are falling in love with, and they buy because they want to, not because they have to, which is a beautiful concept because if you think about how crazy it is to mandate that you buy something every single month just for you to qualify to get paid for a sale that you made. It doesn't even make any sense because I'm a realtor and I can imagine selling 5 houses and the broker says, well, we're not going to pay you because you didn't buy a house this month. And that's what traditional network marketing companies do. So here you don't have to pay for anything. Once you buy one device and you are a customer, you don't even have to upgrade to become a distributor. Customers have reselling rights. So you are a customer. If it grows organically because you told somebody the results you had, they pay you a commission on that. My mom is 78, you guys, and she's a retired psychiatrist. She's selling machines because people see her niece. The friends at the gym are like, Maria, what happened to your knees? And she's like, oh, my daughter has this machine. And she calls and she's like, Tracy wants a machine. That's how organically this is growing. I've never seen anything like it. So for you to participate on the business, you just buy one device that is $1,000 or more. I highly recommend the P90 Plus. It's the flagship product, is the one that everybody needs to have. But if money is super tight, then you can get a P90, which is just the bottom. It's a little smaller and you don't get the handheld attachments. So with $1,000 or more, you get to participate fully in the compensation plan. And it's awesome that one device the whole family can use. So you don't keep spending more and more money every time that a new member of your family needs vitamins or supplements. It's global. Again, there's no auto ship. And there's daily payout, which is really cool. Every single day, you see the daily calculations in your back office. And this is fun because it's actually attracting people that like the crypto stuff and the Forex trading and the investments. They are attracted to those companies because it pays daily. We are doing the same thing here, but you actually have a legit product in your hands. And we have the highest retention rate in history because there's nothing to cancel. Everybody that buys a device from you, they are with you for life. So if for some reason, they had a tough month, tough 6 months, they have to take a break. They don't have to make monthly payments. In 6 months, they come back and they say, okay, I'm going to promote it again. So the account is always there and they always qualify for everything. So I'm going to show you the 6 ways that we get paid here. The first one is the performance bonus. And I remember when I first watched the 5-minute video and I saw this, I was like, I'm not impressed. That's it. But then wait, because the tier bonus is coming and that's where all the money is. So when you sell the $1,500 product that I just showed you, you're going to earn $90 in your bonus wallet. That's regular cash that can go into your bank account, plus $22.50 in repurchase wallet for a total of $112.50. The repurchase wallet is for any product that you want to purchase that does not have patents on it. We have over 1,000 patents on these products. The P90 Plus has 200 of them. So these products, you cannot use the repurchase wallet to buy them. But you can buy, for example, a neck massager that I got when I was in California. So the neck massager doesn't have any patents on it. That's the kind of product that you can buy. Right now, we're waiting to localize in the US. So we should have an office by the end of the year, maybe beginning of next year. And you can even go to California to the office. It's going to be beautiful. It's like an Apple store, even more modern. And you can go in there and purchase any of the products that are not patent products. Now comes the tier bonus. You guys, pay close attention. This has never been done before because this is basically the fast start bonus, right? The regular companies call it fast start bonus. Here we call it performance. But this has never been done before. This is insanity here. I mean, when I saw this, I couldn't even look at the rest of the comp plan. I kept rewinding because I am obsessed with compensation plans. I've been looking at them for 28 years and I love to study them. I love to calculate them. I went to college for business and finances and I have my financial calculator. And this compensation plan is mesmerizing. It's the smartest thing you've ever seen in your life because if you put money in people's pockets early on, they stay with you forever. But if they don't make enough money, that's why people cancel auto ships because they can't even cover the $100 product. And then they cancel and then it burns to the next layer and then all the way to the top, and then all the leaders are like, "Oh, I'm not making enough money anymore. Let's hop on to the next company that's coming." This is solid here. So I'm going to show you three different ways that you can get paid in here. Okay. But it's unlimited levels. There's no country restrictions. There's no flush. And I'm going to give you a few different examples. If you brought in the person on the left and the person on the right, if you brought only the person on the left, or if you didn't bring anybody at all, but they just fell under you. So I'm going to give you those three examples. So you are the yellow person here at the top, or it says you. And let's say first you brought in John and you brought in Dave, okay? So I'm going to move forward here and I'll come back. Now you sponsored one on the right and one on the left. You're going to make $540 cash plus 135 in repurchase wallet money for a total of 675. That is insane for early money. You bring in two people, you have 675 total, 500 cash, just the first couple of people. Okay. Now let's say that you brought in John, or let's say you brought in Lucy. Let's say you brought in Lucy on the left, and Susie came in because Dave brought in Susie. So you brought in one person, so you're going to have that 112 that I showed you on the performance bonus plus the 450 for the tier bonus. Okay. So that's going to be 562. And if you did not bring in anybody, I placed Lucy under you and Dave brought in Susie, you're still going to make 360 plus $90. That's $450. Just picture that. Like you didn't even get involved. This is early on in the game. You don't have residual income yet. You don't have a huge team yet. You're in it for a few days. And all of a sudden you just made $450, 360 plus the 90. You didn't even participate in this transaction at all. You did not bring in Lucy. You did not bring in Susie. That can happen again. Now, Lucy brings in Joe and you bring in, or Susie brings in Isa and Lucy brings in Joe, and you have another match. So anytime that you have one on the left and one on the right, that is a match. And again, there's three different amounts depending if you didn't bring anybody at all, if you bring just to the person on the left and somebody else brought in somebody on the right. So if you brought in both, one or none, those are the three different amounts that you're going to get. 450, 562, or 675. So if this doesn't have you just blown away, you guys, and that's unlimited levels. We also have a cool bonus that is matching your upline, meaning the person that you fell under in the tree, in the binary tree, in the two legs, just like you're seeing here. It's not the sponsor. It's the person that you fell under them in the tree. So you're going to make 5% of whatever they make. So if they made $1,000, you're going to make 5%, which is $50. And even though you haven't sold anything, you haven't told a soul about this opportunity, you made $50. So the two people under you are going to make $2.50. This is the only bonus that we have that has a cap. You're going to make three times whatever you purchased initially. You cannot upgrade this later. So if you bought a $1,500 device, that's what I recommend. You can make as much as $4,500 matching whoever is above you in the tree. Very cool. Never been done before. Group sales, it's basically if you are a direct salesperson, it's the good old binary. So you're going to have 11% on the weak leg or 12 or 13 depending on how many devices you have purchased and how much money you have spent. So on this, you can upgrade later. So if you started, I started at 11% because I bought $1,500, so I was at 11%. And then I noticed one day I left money on the table because I made over $1,000 that day, but my cap was 1,000. So I left a few $100 on the table. And that same day I upgraded to $2,000. I got a G1 and I was at 2,000. So now my cap is 2,000. Once I see that my daily cap is getting to 2,000, then I'm just gonna upgrade to 6,000 so that I can go to 7,000 daily. And the total cap is $210,000 a month. It's the biggest one I have ever seen since 1998. Global pool, this is huge. Why? Because we did $1 billion plus in sales last year. If you have a company that's doing 20 million a year, then 5% is not that much money. It's not very impressive. But here it's over $50 million. So everybody that was in the pool last year, this year they gave back $50 million because they pay it once a year. So I didn't get it because I just started like 13 weeks ago or so, but I'm going to get it next year. And I'm sure it may be, close to 2 billion. Who knows? It could be 100 million that they're giving back to the field. And to qualify for one share, you just need to have $10,000 in sales on the left and 10,000 on the right. No, it does not have to come from you. If you have one person on the left and one on the right, and either somebody on the top placed nine under you, or the person you brought in nine, and the person that you brought in on the right brought in nine. As long as you have a total of 10,000 and 10,000, you just qualified for one share in the pool, and you're qualified forever as long as you bring in one machine a year. So if you sell one machine a year, you are in the pool the following year as well. And these are the shares that you can get. And we already have, people in my upline with 20, 40, and 60 shares in the pool. And that's a lot of money, you guys. And last but not least is the unilevel. So the unilevel is probably one of my favorite ways that we get paid, because it's really based on what you do and not luck and not who was placed under you, but it's truly what you started. So every time that you bring a new person into this company, that's a new leg that you begin. And each time you begin a new leg, you have 6 levels. So the person you bring in, like if I bring John into the company, he's my level one. And if John brings in Jessica, she's level two, and all the way to level six. Level one is 10% of whatever John makes in his binary. So if he made 3,000, I would make 300. And guys, think big. You can go as wide as you want. I have been in the company now for less than 4 months, and I have already gone 67 wide. So I have 67 times six to match at 10% or 5%. And it's the same thing here. As you upgrade, you get more levels deep. So now I'm at 2,000. You can see on the bottom left here. So I'm at 2,000 because I upgraded my account. So now I have the first generation, and I have second, third, fourth, and fifth generation. And when I go to 6,000, I'm going to have also the sixth generation. And what's so incredible about this and so different than all the other companies is the fact that all companies that have unilevel pay, they have a lot of breakage and they have a lot of restrictions, meaning, oh, you can only use 60% of your volume coming from one leg. You have to have at least 3 legs. You can't become this rank unless you help one person in each leg to get to this rank. We don't have any of that. You could actually make $100,000 a month with one leg. That is insane. You can literally recruit one person and make $100,000 a month. And I have a great example here, a real life example. Francis, as you can see here, he's earning over $100,000 a month from this bonus alone. And he only sponsored 2 people, Paul and a top leader in Japan. Paul is actually our upline, but he sponsored both of them. And just on the 10% on level one match, he's making that. And they are both in the same leg. They both fell on the same leg. And that's unheard of. You cannot make money in any company if you have one leg, much less $100,000 a month. Here you can, because there's no restrictions, there's no gotchas, there's no breakage in this comp plan. It's pretty amazing. So that's it. The end. If you guys have any questions, I am going to stop the sharing here, and I'm going to stop the recording as well. And if you have any questions, I can answer questions for you.